What's up, tubers? It's James here, and welcome to my MCU worst to best countdown. We are up to 17 and 18, and number 17 is Thor Ragnarok from 2017. Goes for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Directed by Taika Waititi, and is one of the most hilarious MCU movies of all time. This is the reason why it's high up here. Starring Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Kate Blanchett, and putting her in the MCU as Hela. Idris Elba, Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster, and he does a great job. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Carl Urban as Scourge. Mark Ruffalo, Anthony Hopkins. A special guest appearance by Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Taika Waititi as Korg. And yes, this was technically also supposed to be a side story of Planet Hulk as well, if you know a bit more about that. And it's very retro-esque. I know it's in the future and all that stuff. Future space, present now, but it's very funny, very if this was back in the 80s, this works so well as well. So the greatest last, kind of a shit ending, because it was great having Kate Blanchett in the movie and all that stuff, but she felt so OP, just Thor was basically a ragdoll, Tom Hiddleston, and all that stuff, But yeah, no, Jeff Goldblum as Grandmaster was so funny. They gave Chris Hemsworth much more to work with this time, as he was King of Asgard technically, but they gave him time to fill out the character and make it laughable. And it's I think being with Taika Waititi, sorry, there's also more room for improv, and that always works, because it's the funny thing, when they're about to steal a vehicle, is let's do help, we need, let's do, help us, and it's no, we're not going to do help us, it's and he just Thor basically throws Loki into the villains. It's what the hell, man, that's funny. The fight between Thor and Hulk was awesome. The shame of it is that we didn't get to see Beta Ray Bill. I personally love Beta Ray Bill because he is another person who is worthy of holding Mjolnir and can go basically toe-to-toe with Thor. It's whoo! And he's just technically a cockroach bug, I think. Cockroach person? I don't know. But, the main things in this one, Mjolnir gets broken, Odin dies for realsies, I think. The music is great. Grandmaster is an arrogant piece of shit who is so good. Being as Jeff Goldblum, it just works. If you pause certain bits in the movie, it looks like a Renaissance painting or something of classic painting, and it's holy fuck, that looks beautiful. The way Hela is going up against all the Valkyrie, it's holy fucking shit. It looks like it should be on a humongous painting or work of art or something. But yeah. The interaction with Doctor Strange and Thor, it's we have wizards now, and he's about to take a sip of beer, and it all fills up. He's I like that. And Stan Lee as the hairdresser, that was excellent as well. But yes, so that is number 17 on the list. And number 18, what's number 18 for me? 18 is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. 2014, basically 2 hours. Directed by James Gunn, written by James Gunn. The only, starring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Lee Pace, Michael Rooker, Karen Gillian, John C. Reilly, Glenn Close, which is introducing her to the MCU, which is interesting. Benicio del Toro, who we see at the end of Thor 2 in the post-credit scenes. But yes, I love this one more than the first one because everyone was worried about this. What I read was James Gunn is directing a Marvel movie and it's going to have a talking raccoon and a talking tree. That sounds like a winning fucking formula to me. But the people who I talked to, they never heard of James Gunn. And I'm like, how have you not heard of James Gunn? For me, I knew him from Super and Slither, and those were two fucking excellent movies. We don't talk about his contribution to movie 43 because technically movie 43 doesn't exist. But I knew he was going to do a great job. I felt like because Marvel had been around for I'll say 6 years. Yes, 6 years now. Knew what to expect a bit. Being this was going to be a space adventure, and the cast had like aliens, raccoons, trees, and all that stuff. It felt like it was going to be a winning formula, and it fucking won. Everyone loved it. I personally loved it. The music is great. The action is great. Chris Pratt showed, he worked out a lot to get this role, which was funny because he took his shirt off, but then as soon as Bautista came into the scene, he put his shirt back on. It's like, okay, you're just going to give us a tease. Fair enough. Nathan Fillion also shows up in this role, only for a brief second. Notice himself as an alien. Glenn Close is Nova Prime. She did a great job for however long she is. Michael Rooker as Yondu, as his, I'll say, redneck self, works so well. I knew what to expect from him. He's basically an arsehole in everything he's in, but he's an arsehole that works it. I was more surprised by Karen Gillian, like being from Doctor Who, and she played Nebula, and a kick-ass fucking alien hybrid robot in a way. But yeah, and Lee Pace, oh man, he got ripped, didn't he? He got huge. Well, I knew Lee Pace from fucking from Pushing Daisies. If you don't know that series, it needs to come back. It's awesome. And like he played Ronan, and it's just like, oh my lord. And the fact that they were willing to have fun with this was so good. It was like, they're not going to take themselves seriously. Chris Pratt basically saved the universe by having a dance-off. It's like, what? And the fact that Drax doesn't know sarcasm is just like, why would I put my finger on his throat? It's like, no, that means kill. That means kill? It's like, yes. And it's like, It's like, no, I don't know any of that. It's like, but yeah, it's like, it was an award-winning formula. It worked. I loved it. It was one of the best movies of 2014 and of Marvel itself. It's basically my top 10 of all time, although that, like, my top 10 of all time may have changed a bit since then, but yeah, everyone worked so well. Bradley Cooper as Rocket, that was a surprise, but Vin Diesel was screwed. It's like, okay, fair enough, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yes, one thing that surprised a few people was the stone, like, or the what was it, the collector's servant, I would say, decided to grab it for herself to see if she was worthy, and everyone thought that was stupid. I'm like, no, you don't know if you're worthy enough until you go for it. Like, she may have disintegrated herself, but that's not the point. Like, she tried, she failed. It's all the way, like, I could be worthy, I don't know, I'm going to try. But she did. She died instantly. The interesting thing, if you look at the collector's collection stuff, you see slithery little worms that are from Slither, which is very funny because James Gunn directed that movie. But yes, so that is 17 and 18. What do you guys think of those two movies, Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you think they should be even higher or lower? And which ones are you looking forward to when they come back? Like Thor, I'm not sure if they're doing for Thor 4 or not, but Guardians 3. I am so looking forward to that more because I get to talk about it soon. But yes, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and remember, avenge the fallen, stay silent.